We're being joined in studio by Brett and Shy. How are you guys doing today?
Man, I'm personally a little bit cold this morning. I figure we'll make it through, but I much more enjoy the warmer months of the year.
Yeah, I know that somewhere on this planet out there is a poor, frozen-handed Marine standing on some post, on some line, being told, get your hands out your pocket. No matter how cold your hands get, got to stay out of them pockets. So, poor Marines, we're thinking of you today.
Absolutely. Every day we're thinking about you guys, but especially when it's cold like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being here at the lake, we quite often talk about waterfront properties, and very rare that we put into our description about ice fishing as a possibility, but you might be able to do that this weekend.
Yeah, there was a time, I think it was 1983, I think it was, when it got down super cold in March of that year, when the north end of the lake froze over, and there was part of the lake that people were taking Volkswagens out there and actually driving on the ice on the north end of the lake. I think Dick Bramblett still has some of those pictures of that. Probably over there at the Tri-County Library in Maybank, if you want to see that.
Local Maybank historian over there. He has all the stories of the town going back forever.
We need to see those pictures, because that is, I guarantee somebody will be doing that this week.
Yeah, they just drive their car. We got the public boat ramp right there on the little island between Gun Barrel and 7 Points. They just drive right off right there and just go spinning around out on the ice.
Yeah.
So,
So it's definitely going to be a cold weekend. If you can, stay inside, I would say. Be sure, check on your pets and your plants that are outside. Bring them in if possible. And I was hoping, we were talking about having a man on to discuss winterizing with us this weekend. But you know what? He's out having to winterize a couple of things today.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to bring up a couple of them points this morning, because one of the things about, we mostly talk about buying and selling of homes, but there are some important things to consider once you actually own the home.
yeah, you've got maintenance and upkeep, and part of it is you repair it after things happen. You know, if you lose a shingle tab here or there, something like that, you go up there, fix that. But some things are preventive. So looking at this cold weather and getting your house winterized, and some steps that can help you save you from a costly disaster.
Yeah, and it's just the little things that we all know about them, but sometimes we don't think and are unprepared for when a northerly blows in like this weekend. Simple things like wrapping your pipes outside to keep them from busting. A few minutes here, a little bit of time, maybe a couple dollars to get them wrapped up properly could save you from having to call the plumber come Tuesday morning to get those things replaced.
Yeah, you've got those, and then especially with our waterfront properties out there, a lot of people have the boat dock pumps to water their lawns. Getting that thing drained before it freezes, because it don't take much ice inside that to split that cast iron on that pump. And so a lot of times you won't even see the split until you go to fire it up in the spring, and either you just can't get a prime on it because it's pulling air in through that little crack you can't see, or you fire it up and it still is able to hold prime, but it's spraying water. I mean, it's just watering your whole cabinet or into your boat dock out there just from a little hairline crack from a little ice.
Yeah, and most people don't consider that usually it's not the ice itself, it's not the freeze that busts the pipes open. It's when they begin to thaw again. That's why quite often a weekend like this, you may go and Sunday night, you don't notice that your pipe has frozen because it's still in a solid form. It's when the expansion happens, when the thaw starts to come, that pushes that ice on up and expands the pipe and causes the cracks.
Yeah, because you have the ice itself. Water expands when it freezes, and it contracts when it heats. But you also have a hydraulic force, because you'll have, as the ice melts, you'll have the water pressure build and try to push out and send up that big ice, just basically like an iceberg hitting a ship, and just bust the pipe that way.
Yeah, so as you mentioned a while ago about the lawn sprinklers, which I don't think there's anybody out there using them this weekend. I would hope not.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be running somewhere. You'll see little frozen archways from somebody's water sprinkler somewhere.
But another thing to consider when owning a lake house is your boat and your sea-doos,
Yeah.
which most of your lake homeowners they have a few of those laying around. Getting those winterized as well, because they do have an engine like your car. Most people don't take their boat out every day and think about it as much as their car, but it is something to consider. You're probably not going to be out on the lake riding the boat around this weekend anyway, so checking that to make sure that it's prepared would be good.
Checking that, and then going back inside the house. If it's a house you're not at all the time, a weekend house, something like that, having somebody go in there, and simple things, opening cabinet doors, because if you have plumbing on an outside wall and the cabinet doors are closed, a lot of times that you're insulating your pipes actually into the cold. So where the rest of your house may be warm, it's on that outside wall, and you're creating that thermal barrier there, and so your pipes can freeze right there inside. So just opening those cabinets, letting that warm air from the house, getting that heat system on. You don't have to heat the house to 80 degrees.
No, just keeping it above the freezing point is what we want.
Yeah. It may be a little chilly for you if you were going to just sit in there, but that's good enough for preserving your pipes.
Yeah, we've seen the opposite effect too during the summer. That maintaining of just a comfortable temperature in the home can prevent a lot of damage. Right now, with the pipes breaking, in the summer with keeping the humidity out, your air conditioning systems are in themselves a dehumidifier. They pull that moisture out. We've seen in the summer where people don't come down to the lake homes and have that temperature turned up, and it creates its own rain cloud inside of the home there.
Yeah, we saw a house several years ago that the guy thought his house was on fire, and the fire department came out there and they couldn't find anything, but he was determined that house was on fire because he had huge, tall, vaulted ceilings in the living room, and he had a big old smoke cloud up in there. So he called his contractor. Contractor crawled up there with a big old tall ladder, got to sniffing around, figured out it wasn't smoke from a fire, it was a thunderstorm. Because he didn't have no ventilation up there, didn't have no fans. The air conditioning vents were all down low, and so all this humidity was building up there. He had huge pane glasses on the lakeside, so he created that heat in there. It's like a greenhouse. He had a thunderstorm, so they just put in some fans, put in a return air vent up there so it could pull that humidity out and send it through the air conditioner system and take it out of the house. Simple solution to a complex problem.
That had to have been pretty scary, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But really cool, though. Like, I'm glad that's not me, but I really wish I could have seen that.
Right, and so we want to again encourage everybody, because it is going to be cold this weekend, and everybody does whatever possible to keep warm. I encourage you to stay warm, but just be careful and thoughtful during the process there, and try to protect your investment so you will have it coming in the spring.
Yeah, and I'll also say this weekend you're going to have a lot of our contractors that are out in the cold, winterizing things for people. So their schedules are going to be pretty booked up. So one, be a little patient if you call them. And two, it doesn't hurt to tip a good tradesman. You know, they come out, especially last minute, if you think, oh my goodness, I got to get this winterized, I got to do this, and they're out there in the cold and working long hours. You know, a little tip, a little financial kindness goes a long way. So
yeah, I mean, if we leave a tip just to make sure our supper's still warm at the restaurant, let's tip our contractors to make sure our home is still warm when we get there.
Yeah, that's one thing that when you get into property ownership, it's best just to know it straight up front, but you'll learn it one way or another. The value of a good contractor and the lowest price is not always the best value.
No.
So
yeah, you spend a dollar to save a dime.
Yeah. So be sure you take care of those contractors this weekend. And Brett, you got a couple of good houses for us too, right?
Yeah, I wanted to mention that because we actually have a couple of waterfront homes to talk about this week. And the first one is going to be located over here in Corsicana. Now, this is going to be in Lake Richland Chambers over there. And this is at 594 Clubhouse Drive. This is a monster of a home.
Okay.
Beautiful home. 6 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, almost 7,000 square feet. This is a good one. You could, you've heard the saying about when one door closes, you can just keep closing and opening doors in this home. It is huge. It is a nice piece of property over there, sitting on almost 3/4 of an acre. Mm-hmm. Has a 3-car garage that goes along with it, so you can put your his and hers and extra tools or have a place just to store your stuff, lots of room there. Master suites on both floors. Yes, it is a 2-story, but don't be afraid. If you're having a little trouble climbing the stairs this weekend, it does have an elevator to help you get up to that upper level, which comes in handy when you're having to move furniture around, as much as I do at my house, I know. But it's got a nice boat house with a party deck. Now this one's going for $1.284 million. It's a nice home, but if you comparatively price it and look, we were discussing about what the man actually has in the home, and he's got a little bit more than that in this home, but it is competitively priced with homes of this caliber at Richland Chambers there.
So how much land is that on?
Almost 3/4 of an acre.
3/4 of an acre, and that's waterfront.
Waterfront home, yeah.
Nearly 7,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms,
4.5 baths.
4.5 baths. So it may not be the lowest priced house on the market. I saw a waterfront house on Cedar Creek Lake this week for under $100,000, if you can believe that. So it's not the lowest price, but dollars to donuts for what you get a lot of bang for your buck with that house.
And it is. And this is not going to be your everyday first-time home buyer's property, probably.
You can buy it if it's your first home. You're welcome to. I'll sell it to you.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people, especially with the money being made this past year in lots of people's business. It may be, I would just say, probably for the average person, not your first-time home buyer, but if this is something in the realm of what you've been looking for with a lot of space, this could be your dream home for the summer.
Yeah, that house is absolutely gorgeous, inside and out. Love the home, love the location. Richland Chambers is a fantastic lake over there, just beautiful, beautiful lake to boat around. And then you've got, one neat thing about Richland Chambers is you've got the boating and the fishing and everything with the lake, but on the south side of it, you got the Spillway Dam, and right there by that is the Richland Chambers Wildlife Management Area. So you can get your $40 like Type 2 permit, or your Texas Parks Pass, I think may work there still. And if you just want to go in there, big acreage, and just see the wildlife, they got lots of great roads you can drive down. They got 2 sections to it, and so they have the duck area, the wetlands area, and then they have the kind of the hill area over there. So used to spend a lot of time wandering those woods. Just beautiful place if you want to stretch your legs out in the woods right there. So,
yeah, another beautiful East Texas lake over there.
Beautiful lake. So you got lots of amenities around that lake. You're real quick to Corsicana right there, and 45 you're right up to Dallas. So this could even be one that could be a primary house. Even if you're in Dallas, you work in Dallas, you can be on the waterfront. What, an hour?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, an hour, and you're just zippity-doo-dah right up 45 to Dallas. So rather than having to come home to a postage stamp lot, you come home to about 3/4 of an acre on the waterfront, stretch your legs, relax, and have a good time.
Yeah, beautiful house.
Beautiful house.
I'm loving the elevator in it.
Yeah.
Me too. I've been in a few homes with an elevator. I even helped install one many moons ago. They are a great asset.
Yeah, even if you like taking the stairs. Personally, that's just great for helping move taking the stuff up and down.
Yeah, and with 7,000 square feet, probably gonna have a lot of stuff to fill this thing up.
Yeah.
Having some help moving that up and down will be great.
Wonderful. So what's your next house there, Brett?
All right, I got another waterfront for us. This one's gonna be back here at Cedar Creek Lake. This one is gonna be at 128 Armada Loop. Now that's going to be in the Delmar subdivision, which is over here in Payne Springs near Leisureland. It's sitting on 0.31 acres, so that's going to be a good sized yard on this home. 3 bedroom, 2.5 bath, 1,481 square feet home. It's got 50 foot of waterfront. It's got a 2-car garage. This is also a 2-story. It's got a new roof that was just put on in January. And this one is going for $179,500 today. Yeah, well below your average.
You're not hearing anything because I'm a little shocked there that you're in Delmar on the water for under $250,000.
Yeah, this is coming in lower than your average off-water residential home sale currently.
And this is a site built, correct?
Site built home.
Because I don't think there's anything but site built in Delmar.
Correct.
So this is a site built home, 3 bed, 2.5 bath, on the waterfront in Del Mar. And Del Mar is Maybank School District, but it's county and POA. You're not actually in the city of Payne Springs, correct?
Correct.
And you've got East Cedar Creek water and sewer. You don't have to be on septic, correct?
That's a good water company over there, yeah.
Yeah, and you're right out there to Good Water off of Del Mar. Yeah. 179.
179.5. I don't think that this one's going to last very long. Like I
No.
said, waterfront house coming in cheaper than your off-water residential. This is going to be a popular one this weekend. Just looking through, trying to prepare like every week lately to come up with some properties. Many of them we don't even make it in here to talk about. They've gone so quickly during the week. We had some I had to take off the list that we just found out about Tuesday, and they're already gone. So if you're in the market for a home, this one is a good one to go check out this weekend.
This is one, get your mittens and get your wool socks and go see it.
Right. Yeah.
Brave the cold for that price. Get out there and see that house.
This is a hot deal on a cold weekend.
Hot deal on a cold weekend. I'm going to steal that line.
That's a good one.
I'm going to sell that one too, because that is good.
Hot deal
this is
on a cold
one,
weekend.
like I said, we talk about it, how fast properties are moving right now. Like I said, this is one that's probably going to go fast as well.
Yeah.
And I've got one more I want to leave us with today, and this is going to be a regular residential home. This is going to be over in Ennis at 158 Mickle Lane. Now, for those that are looking to have a little bit more getaway space, 4.34 acres here. So that's enough that your neighbors are over there. You can got plenty of room if you've got pets, if you like to garden, if you like to get out and run around on your four-wheeler, whatever. This has got some room for you to stretch your legs.
Yeah.
It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home, 2,158 square feet. Lots of windows in this home, which lets a lot of that natural light in. Beautiful home, so you want to be able to see it. And one of the things I like about it, it has an office in the home that has its own bathroom and built-in cabinets and stuff in the office. And I know that that's a big thing, especially this past year when lots more of us are moving over and doing more work from home these days. That could be a good commodity for you. It's also got a barn that has the electric run to it as well, and this one's going for $425,000 today.
425,000, a little less than 5 acres there, which typically that 10 acres and below, even the 20 acres and below, but especially the 10 and below, usually just zooms right off the market.
Yeah, we are having a lot of trouble finding that 2 to 10 acre range right now. They go quickly. This is another good one.
This is one, it's on the market. You can go out there, you can put that offer on it, move-in ready house. And how much was that one more time?
That one's at $425,000.
425,000. So if they wanted to get in touch with you today about one of these properties, Brett, how do they do that?
You can give me a call anytime at 903-340-6301.
Or what about our office? They wanted to get a hold of our office.
Located right in the middle of Gun Barrel City at 600 West Main. You can call us at 903-887-7055. Lots of great agents there that are just waiting to assist you this weekend. They may be a little slower, they may be frozen, but they'll love to get out there and help you.
And we
Once
just
they thaw out.
Yeah.
And we just got a few new agents there.
Yes, I think we've gotten 4, I think.
4 of them. So, well, I'm going to try to lasso them in here to the studio and see what they can do on the radio. So
That's always fun. It's like deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
The person comes in.
Yeah, so get a hold of them, get a hold of Brett, get a hold of me. I'm shy at 903-340-6159. What was it? Hot deals on a cold weekend. Oh, that's a zinger. Didn't you have a car called the Red Hots?
Red Hot, yeah. That's a different story.
That's a different story for a different time. But this weekend is hot deals on a cold weekend.
Yeah, I can tell you, next time, I hope it's a lot warmer the next time we're in the studio. And everybody will want to tune into that show. I have managed to lasso somebody in the appraisal district to come out and talk with us a little bit about home taxes.
So we can't say his name.
I'm going to leave that up to him. But he knows a lot about taxes and how to file them and some of the new regulations that have come out and this and that. And I know that's another big thing. When you get into home ownership, the tax man comes every year and you want to know how to be prepared, what to expect. And hopefully he can give us some good insights on that.
Yeah, that's going to be a great show. So
Now y'all will be back next week.
Correct.
With a guest, hopefully.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys, and give us your numbers one more time.
Call me at 903-340-6301.
Or 903-340-6159.
So there we go. So you're going to leave that paper here.
Yes,
so
sir.
If y'all want to know more about these properties, give them a call or call us, and we'll put you in touch.
Hot deals on a cold weekend.
There we go. So we'll be back with more buying, selling, and